Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and notification bell.
Greetings, won't you take this quiz on me, the Apostle Paul?
Though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are mighty.
1. What was Paul's original Hebrew name before he was known by his Roman name, Paul? Adam. Saul of Tarsus. Jacob. Correct answer, Saul of Tarsus.
My name was Saul of Tarsus. Now I am called Paul.
Two. To which Jewish sect did Paul belong before his conversion? Sadducees. Zealots. Pharisees. Correct answer, Pharisees.
I was once a Pharisee. Now I am a follower of Christ. I was on my way to Damascus and I saw Jesus.
Four. Who was the man in Damascus sent by God to lay hands on Paul so he could regain his sight? Ananias. Eleazar. Correct answer, Ananias.
Jesus said, "Go to Damascus to see a man named Ananias."
Five. Which companion of Paul was known as the son of encouragement and stood up for him when the other apostles were afraid? Barnabas. Timothy. Mark. Correct answer, Barnabas.
Barnabas was my companion on many of my journeys.
Six. Paul was a citizen of which empire, a status that gave him special legal rights? Parthian Empire, Herodian Empire, Roman Empire. Correct answer, the Roman Empire.
I was of the Roman Empire.
Seven. What was Paul's trade or day job that he used to support himself on his travels? Tent making, fisherman, carpenter. Correct answer, tent making.
My trade is a tent maker.
Eight. Which young man did Paul refer to as his true son in the faith, and to whom he wrote 2 New Testament letters? Peter, Luke, Timothy. Correct answer, Timothy.
Timothy is my true son in the faith.
Nine. In which book does Paul describe the armor of God? Galatians, Ephesians, Romans. Correct answer, Ephesians.
To the Ephesians I wrote the armor of God.
Ten. How many missionary journeys did Paul undertake as recorded in the book of Acts? 2, 4, 7. Correct answer, 4.
4 times I took my missionary journeys.
On the island of Malta, what happened to Paul that made the locals think he was a god? Drowned and did not die. Struck by lightning and did not die. He was bitten by a poisonous snake and did not die. Correct answer. Bitten by a poisonous snake and did not die.
I got bitten by a snake.
Which letter of Paul's is the longest and is considered his magnum opus on Christian doctrine? 1 Corinthians, Philippians, Romans. Correct answer, Romans.
My magnum opus is the book of Romans.
13. In 2 Corinthians, Paul mentions a physical ailment that he asked God to remove 3 times. What did he call it? His anger, his fear, thorn in the flesh. Correct answer, thorn in the flesh.
3 times I asked to take this thorn in the flesh.
Where was Paul when he wrote many of his letters, such as Philippians and Colossians? Jerusalem. In prison. Antioch. Correct answer, in prison.
I was in prison with chains.
15. Paul famously preached a sermon to philosophers at the Areopagus, Mars Hill. In which Greek city? Athens, Philippi, Corinth. Correct answer, Athens.
When in Athens they had many false gods.
16. Which of Paul's letters contains the famous love chapter? Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Correct answer, 1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians has my letter of love.
17. Who was the doctor and beloved physician who traveled with Paul and wrote the book of Acts? Barnabas, Timothy, Luke. Correct answer, Luke.
Luke and I had many travels together.
18. In 2 Timothy 4, Paul says he has fought the good fight and finished his what? His race, his testimony, his sermon. Correct answer, my race.
My time has come, and I have finished my race.
19. According to church tradition, how did the Apostle Paul die? He was crucified. He was beheaded. He was stoned. Correct answer, beheaded.
They will behead me soon. I'll be home.
20. In 1 Thessalonians 4, Paul tells us to comfort one another with the news of what event? His return to Thessalonica, the return of Jesus, the catching away. Correct answer, catching away.
Jesus himself will soon be catching us away. Thank you for taking this quiz.